Hi children, it's Grandma Carla with the very last chapter of the Chicken Pox Panic. Chapter 11. Abby rushed back to the kitchen with red streamers and tape. Stacy wrapped the streamer around the cake. She stuck tape on the end, and then she stepped back to have a look. Abby felt like a jitterbox. She didn't know what to think of Stacy's repair job. Shouldn't we frost it all over? Abby asked. When it cools some more. Stacy slid the 2-layer cake into the freezer. When she closed the door, she leaned against it. Remember that pot roast you bought with your own money? Abby felt jittery. Sure. Why? Well, my mother noticed that it was a different brand. So I told her what we did. Stacy paused. I told her everything. I'm glad you did, Abby said. I knew we were wrong. Stacy grinned and washed her hands. She wants you to come for supper tonight. She does? Abby laughed. Stacy laughed. We're having your pot roast. Abby's jitters were gone. I'll tell your mother I'm sorry in person, she said. And then she set the timer. In 15 minutes, she would check the cake. When Stacy left, Abby sat in the kitchen table. She thought about Sean's chicken pox. She thought about the birthday cake. What an icky mess it was, even with the red streamer holding it together. The white frosting could never hide the ugly mess. It still looked like the Grand Canyon instead of South Korea. Then Abby had an idea. See, she searched in the pantry and found what she needed, a bag of red cherry chips. Abby's cake still had a chance. It would be first rate after all. Her cake could have the chicken pox. The red cherry chips would hide the bumpy, lumpy cake. It was perfect. Abby danced a jig around the kitchen. The buzzer rang, and Abby jigged to the freezer and took out the cake. Ready. The next day was Sean's birthday. Abby got up early and decorated the kitchen with red, white, and blue balloons. Even though the party was off, she wanted to surprise Sean. After lunch, the doorbell rang. When Abby opened the door, there stood the cul-de-sac kids, chicken pox and all. Surprise, they shouted. Surprise on you, Abby Hunter. Letting her friends inside, Abby giggled. It was definitely a good surprise. The kids cheered when they saw the kitchen. Abby gave everyone a red marker. Let's put red spots everywhere. We'll give everything the chicken pox, she said, and that's what they did. The balloons and the napkins were spotted. Even the streamers had pox dots. Abby put red sticker dots on the dog, and now Snow White had chicken pox too. She barked and ran around in circles. Abby's mother invited everyone to sit down. Then Sean peeked around the corner in his pajamas. He grinned at his spotty friends. Surprise, they shouted. Happy birthday. Abby pulled out a chair for her brother. It was at the head of the table. And then she carried in the lumpy, bumpy cake with white frosting, the red cherry chip chicken pox spots. Mother lit the birthday candles. They were white with red polka dots. Happy, happy birthday, son, she said. Make a wish, Abby said. Sean closed his eyes. There were spots on his eyelids. Then Sean blew out 10 candles on the first try. Everyone cheered. Abby wanted to dance. It was a super itchy, glitchy Saturday, so the party was short, but it didn't matter. The cul-de-sac kids said it was the best pox party ever. And there are all of the cul-de-sac kids having a wonderful party, and you can see that only a few of them, Stacy and Abby, don't have chicken pox. Everybody else has the chicken pox because Stacy and Abby had already had them. And that is the end of the Chicken Pox Panic. And I really enjoyed that book. I really like these cul-de-sac books. And we're going to read some more of these. And this is Grandma Carla, and I love you. See you next time.